Jugurtha was one of the most cunning and dangerous enemies the Roman Republic ever faced in North Africa. Born around 160 BC, he rose from an adopted prince to king of Numidia, a powerful Berber kingdom in what is now Algeria and Tunisia. When his adoptive father Micipsa died in 118 BC, the kingdom was meant to be shared between Jugurtha and Micipsa's sons, Himpsal and Adherbal. But Jugurtha had no intention of sharing power. Within a short time, he arranged Himpsal's murder and defeated Adherbal in a brutal civil war, eventually killing him as well. This act, especially the massacre of Roman citizens during the capture of Adherbal's stronghold, provoked outrage in Rome and set the stage for a long and bitter conflict. Jugurtha's rise was deeply shaped by his earlier experiences. Sent to Spain during his youth, he served under Scipio Aemilianus at the siege of Numantia, where he observed Roman military discipline, but also their political corruption. There, he formed connections with influential Romans, including Gaius Marius, and came to believe that Rome's greatest weakness was not on the battlefield, but in its politics. According to ancient sources, Jugurtha famously described Rome as a city for sale, suggesting that bribery could achieve what armies could not. This insight would define much of his strategy in the years to come. The conflict that followed, known as the Jugurthine War, exposed serious flaws within the Roman system. Early Roman commanders struggled against Jugurtha's tactics, particularly his use of fast-moving cavalry and guerrilla warfare. More damaging still, several Roman officials were accused of accepting bribes to negotiate favorable terms with him. Public anger in Rome grew as Jugurtha repeatedly escaped punishment through corruption. At one point, he was even brought to Rome under safe conduct to testify, but political maneuvering prevented him from speaking, and he brazenly arranged the assassination of a rival claimant while still in the city. The war eventually shifted in Rome's favor under the leadership of Quintus Caecilius Metellus Numidicus, who restored discipline and won several victories, though he could not deliver a final blow. The decisive phase came when Gaius Marius took command in 107 BC. Marius reorganized the army and intensified the campaign, while his subordinate Lucius Cornelius Sulla played a crucial diplomatic role. Jugurtha had secured an alliance with his father-in-law, Bocchus I, but Sulla persuaded Bocchus to betray him. In 105 BC, Jugurtha was captured through this act of treachery and handed over to the Romans. Brought to Rome as a prisoner, Jugurtha was paraded in chains during Marius's triumph, a symbolic display of Rome's victory. Stripped of his royal status, he was thrown into the Tullianum, a notorious prison, where he was executed in 104 BC, likely by strangulation. His death marked the end of the war, but his legacy endured. Jugurtha's story is not just one of rebellion and defeat, it is a revealing episode in Roman history. His ability to manipulate Roman politics exposed the corruption of the late Republic, while the war itself helped elevate figures like Marius and Sulla, whose rivalry would later plunge Rome into civil war. In many ways, Jugurtha did not just challenge Rome militarily, he revealed its internal weaknesses at a critical moment in its history.